other and started collaborating in a meaningful way.
And boy, howdy,
And
how's that's worked out.
how this has exploded. Like Sugaree String Society is in demand. And when they play, people show up, and you're going to hear why tonight. We usually start the show, as you know, by kicking off with a song. So you all ready to do that?
I think
Yeah,
we
I
might
think
know
we
one
are.
of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Kicking this off, or am I?
I'll start playing. And,
You gotta walk that lonesome valley. You gotta walk it by yourself. Ain't nobody here who can walk it for you. You gotta walk it by yourself. You gotta sleep that lonesome graveyard. You gotta sleep there by yourself. Ain't nobody here who can sleep there for you. You gotta sleep there by yourself. You gotta walk that lonesome valley. You gotta walk it by yourself. Ain't nobody here who can walk there for you. You gotta
Jones, Brendan Macy, Sugaree String Society. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you for having us.
Not bad for a couple Yankees.
Right?
But, you know, Jody's not really a Yankee because, you know what they say about Pennsylvania? I do because I'm from there. That you got Pittsburgh on the one end, Philadelphia on the other end, and Mississippi in the middle.
I've heard it Kentucky, but I think Mississippi is maybe a little bit more accurate.
So,
I haven't been to both.
Jody, so you grew up in West Central Pennsylvania.
That's
kind of
right.
In the foothills. And what was the name of that town again?
Reynoldsville, it's a town of 2,000. There used to be a textile and lumber mill there, and now there's a roller rink.
So it's a party town.
Oh, yeah.
And growing up, what kind of music did you hear up there?
Everything. We'd drive to church on Sundays and listen to the DJ Big Moose on the radio, play polka Sundays. We'd listen to the gospel music when we got to church, and then hair metal and Madonna when I got back to my mom's house.
And Brendan, you started up in Chautauqua, New York.
Yeah, that is where my family's from, yeah.
But what brought you down to Johnson City, Tennessee?
Well, so I was actually born in Wilmington, and then I majored in bluegrass, old time, and country music over in Johnson City, Tennessee. And that sounds made up, but
He's got a doctorate in banjo.
Well, he did
true.
it for the money. You did it for the money, right?
yeah, obviously.
I didn't know there were majors like that available. You know, they need to do a better job schooling you on the
I agree.
really cool options out there. And so here we are, wandering around, and somehow the two of you met.
How did that happen?
And did that happen around here or?
Yeah,
where?
it was around Carborough, by the train tracks of the station, as a matter of fact. It was an Insta post. You were looking for people to play with, if I remember
That's
correctly.
right, but you found my account because you found my Bandcamp, and you were the first person who wasn't family to actually buy the single I put out.
Money well spent.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Best
don't
$2 I ever did.
don't waste your time out here on these date lines, Kim. You know, it's go buy somebody's record.
Yeah, buy music.
Bandcamp is an
That's-
underrated market. I tell you what.
Well, and the rest, as they say, is history, and we don't want to dive into the history for too long a time because we're here to listen to as much of your wonderful music as we can. So what do you have for us next?
Do you want to do it in
Yeah, we're going to play, this is a tune that was popularized by Lead Belly and Bill Monroe primarily, but it goes all the way back to, ethnomusicologists trace it back to a couple of songs in southern Appalachia from the 1850s, and most people know it because of Nirvana. But we're going to sing the more bluegrass version of it.
Somewhere between Lead Belly and Monroe, we got this.
Yeah.
So.
The longest train I ever saw went shiver when the cool wind blows. Little girl, what have I done to make you treat me so? For you I weep, for you I mourn, for you I've left my home. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines where the sun never shines, to shiver when the cool wind blows.
Well, while Kirk and Kim sit here slack-jawed, I'm going to remind folks.
No, we're canceling everything. All radio programming is canceled. We're
Speaking-
locking the studio and keeping them here.
Speaking of radio, if you're listening to this radio broadcast, yay, lucky you. But you can also be watching this radio broadcast. That's right. For 1 hour during Friday nights, we're also a television station, and you can catch the live stream on all of your favorite live streaming services. And your favorite live streaming services are Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Find us at Whoop Ass the Hat, at WHUP Pass the Hat live right now, y'all.
That song, you all need to go back to the live stream and you need to clip that song and
yeah.
you need to put it in your portfolio. I'm serious,
we
you
have
need
it. We've got it on Bandcamp and Spotify.
Well, I'm
available
talking
as a
about like your
single.
EDM, you send your stuff out to people. People need to see that because I sat here for the past 4 minutes with goosebumps and to go see you go all high lonesome. Where'd that come from?
I know.
We didn't know Brendan could do that.
That's my bluegrass education kicking right in. The
He-
bourbon at the studio here definitely helps a little bit.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Gives me a little extra bite.
Liquid courage.
That blew the roof off the place. I don't know what to say about that.
Could you guys just play that song again?
Sure, yeah.
Just
One,
forever.
2, 3.
So everybody get out there to SugareeStringSociety.com, just like it sounds. And the name Sugaree String Society, was that inspired by the Carrboro connection? And
It was.
Tell us about
Cotton
that.
herself, Shake Sugaree.
Yeah, when we first started playing together, obviously this was a strange man who I had never met before, so I was like, let's do this somewhere public. And so we also needed somewhere outdoors because COVID was still very much a concern. And so we ended up in the back garden behind the station in Carrboro.
Oh, yeah.
And it was right on those train tracks that Libba Cotton wrote about herself in Freight Train. And her story is just fascinating, and I could spend the whole hour talking about it just by itself. But while we both have roots in Northern Appalachia, I think that I've at least been very fundamentally shaped by my time living in Carrboro, and I would say that Brendan has as well. And it felt really appropriate to honor that presence of her music and her influence in what we're doing today. Because it really is just, it's this continuous passing of the torch. And it's an honor to be able to say her name and to sing her song still, and I think that it was the most appropriate name we could think of.
Well, you mentioned, Jody, the inconvenience of the last 2 years, and for the two of you, writing music and being creative and coming up with ideas, how's that been for you? Difficult, or having this maybe extra time helped coming up with some music?
Well, it was the pandemic that pushed me to start doing music like properly in the first place. I just played for myself for years and years and years, and it wasn't until, everything came crashing down. I was like, okay, maybe I should like record something. And that was what led to the single that he bought that led to us getting together. What about you, Brendan?
Kind of the other way around, actually. I was used to being a public face on the open mic circuit for a really long time, and I kind of forgot why I was out there doing it, and so being indoors for as long as I was kind of helped me find again what that sound was, the more stripped down folk kind of sound, and I was like trying to take over the world with the folk punk type of stuff, but I had to remember where I came from, and so this was good for that, and she's been really good for bringing that out.
I should tell you that Kathleen Kelleher says greetings from Ireland.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hello, Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Pat.
And Jody, Grandma and Grandpa are listening. So
Aw.
mind your P's and Q's is all I'm saying.
You've clearly never met my grandparents.
Well, we're going to dive into your songwriting a little bit more here in a minute, but as you know, we're loving this music, and whatever you'd like to play next, we'd love to hear.
Sure. I'm going to kick off a Carter Family tune here. This is Bury Me Beneath the Willow. It was one of the first series of songs that the Carter family recorded for the Victor Talking Machine Company back in 1927. And they were especially important in bringing guitar to the forefront of country and, quote-unquote, hillbilly music at the time. It was previously a polite parlor instrument in the South, and Mabel Carter really revolutionized the sound with it. And I'm going to play it in the style that she plays it.
Sunday was to be our wedding God. Oh God, where can he be? Out according with another, he no longer cares for me. So
Sugaree String Society. Let's talk about those strings that you play. Jody, when you were here last time, I can't remember if we asked you how you learned how to play, because I know that I've been watching you learn to play fiddle, like self-taught.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know you've had kind of formal education, Brendan, in some of the instrumentation and all that, but how much of how you play is self-taught and how much is you've been trained?
I would say like 99% is self-taught. I mean, so I play, my guitar style is similar to, or at least, minus the thumb pick, Carter scratch is what most folks would call it. And that was the style that Mabel Carter popularized. I kind of independently stumbled on it and learned the name for how I was playing it after the fact. I just listened to a lot of Woody Guthrie records and tried to make the guitar sound like the beat that I was hearing on the records. And it was only until somebody pointed it out to me that I realized it was like already being done and that there was like a whole catalog of music in that style that I could pull from. I've had one formal music lesson ever, and it was on the fiddle, and it was a few months in, and it was a lot of just like, can you show me how to do this without giving myself carpal tunnel? Right. And then he's been a really great resource with the banjo, but I wouldn't necessarily call our banjo lessons exactly formal, because it's usually just a lot of me arguing with him because I'm allowed to do that, and him getting me mad enough that I actually like push past what I think I can't do.
So it's a process that works.
It is. It works. I wouldn't say it's conventional or traditional or formal by any stretch of the imagination, but
If you're not watching the video, and Kim and I were looking at, I think you're the first person to come in here who's used that picking style, which is you do the downbeat with your thumb, but then you sort of downward flick with your forefinger.
That's right.
And then catch some things coming backwards. So that I think that
Carter scratch is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do because it's really precise, and people don't realize that. But it's a very precise method of playing guitar. I can't do it. I've tried. I think I need to try harder.
But also you're using a nylon string guitar.
Yes.
That is also true.
So is that one you've had for a while?
This one's, it's new to me. It's not new. I found this for $25 at an antique store, and I liked it because it's got crabs on the tuning pegs.
Oh, neat.
That's usually what most people look for when buying a guitar.
And it's got all
Some
this
kind of
fancy
shellfish.
stuff on
Oh,
the
look at
back.
all that. Wow.
I can't say that it's got much of a pedigree as far as like, it's a rosewood body or whatever, but it was a guitar that I saw and I liked, and I texted him and was like, will you be mad if I spend $25 on this, on the crab guitar?
For a guitar, that's nothing, so I was like, go ahead on.
So
It's a good sounding guitar, and $25 is a steal.
it's really
Yeah.
not bad. I almost didn't bring this one, but every single other guitar that I own is missing the same string, and we didn't have time to change it before we got here.
And Brendan, you brought a Fender.
Yes, I did.
We don't see too many Fender acoustics come in, but that one sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, this one, this is like a Paramount series, so it's actually kind of similar to like a kind of three-quarter size style guitar I would see out in Bristol.
It's like
more
a
so than
double
anything.
aught size or something, or a parlor or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a little parlor guitar type thing, so I enjoy doing the finger picking
But
stuff
it
on
has a nice bass sound to it, so
Yeah, I really dig it a lot. It fits my body type really nicely. I'm a slender fellow, and so it's.
I think it's
very
funny
as
that
well.
he's got the little guitar and I've got the big guitar.
Everybody,
Well, that
we
fits
have
Maybelle Carter.
Jody Jones and Brendan Macy, SugareeStringSociety.com, here live in the studio. As Bob said, that both the video and the recording here from the studio will be available out there for you to share with your friends and out there for many, many eons.
Forever.
Yep.
and ever. And ever.
Well, Sugaree String Society is not in here forever, and so we want to hear more of your music now.
Sure.
Sure. So we've got two banjo pieces. Both of them are solo. Am I putting you on the spot, or are you putting me on the spot first?
You're closer to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I thought.
But I'll. One way out.
Well, you guys didn't warn me there was going to be a banjo.
Yeah, that's
You're
our
lucky
little
you didn't
secret
bring
weapon.
The second one.
These are two of the only people, though, where,
It's okay.
like, I'm not running out.
Yeah.
I'm good.
This banjo is also relatively new to us, while also being not relatively new, generally speaking.
It's
This is a 20s model.
so roughly
Wow.
100 years old, and it plays better than most new banjos I've ever picked up. It was made by the Orpheum Company in New York, and they mostly specialized in tenor banjos, so this is an especially cool find
All right.
to have a 5-string. And the tune that I'm going to play is called Cruel War, or The Cruel War. This was banned from most Civil War era military camps, and is one of the rare contemporary acknowledgments that I've been able to find of the fact that there were a lot of women who did actually, as you'll hear in the song, put men's clothes on and fight in the war. So.
True story.
Oh, the cruel war is raging, and Johnny, he must fight. I long to be with him from morning till night. From morning till night, that would please me so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. I'll tie back my hair, men's clothing I'll put on. I'll pass as your comrade as we go marching on. As we go marching on, that would please me so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. Your waist is too slender, your fingers too small, your cheeks too red and rosy to face the cannonball. To face the cannonball, that would please me so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. My waist it is slender, my fingers are small, but I am not afraid to see 10,000 fall. To see 10,000 fall, that would please me so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no. Oh, the cruel war is raging. Johnny, he must fight. I long to be with him from morning till night. From morning till night. That would please me so. Won't you let me go with you? No, my love, no.
Everybody, this is WHUP LP Hillsboro, and we are past the hat, and we are entering hour 2 of our show. And Bob, we are so fortunate to have an hour 2 sponsor, and Jody will model the what, Bob, is that?
Well, first I need to remind you that support for this second hour of Past Ahead is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsborough, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs. And let's face it, you have chocolate needs. Matthew makes something special for every guest here on Past Hat. Often it's one of these 1-pound chocolate bars. This one, does it have a label on the back telling you what's in it?
It does. It's dark chocolate with roasted pecans and naked malt balls.
Yes, what I'm talking
Whoa.
about.
Yum.
That sounds
It says yum on the back.
I had to fight Kim to keep her from stealing that from you earlier today.
There still may be a fight in the parking
Last time
lot.
we were on the show, we went back to his house, and I think we ate the whole thing in one sitting together.
Oh,
don't
thank
remember,
you, Matthew.
Must have been the bourbon.
Thank you, Matthew, and thanks y'all for being here to receive yet another gift from Matthew's Chocolates.
Thank you for having us.
I can't believe that 30 minutes have passed. I think that is
Right?
some of the fastest 30 minutes I've experienced in a while.
Well, does one of you know how to play a trumpet?
Oh, God.
My dad does. Let me call him up right quick. Can I call in a lifeline on this show here?
I could try, but I don't think it would
Bob's
be very
got
pretty.
jokes tonight, doesn't he?
I'm just trying to slow down the passage of time for Kim Lane.
Thank you so much.
So, are you writing much original music in this time?
Yeah. A lot of it's still sort of in the like chrysalis kind of phase and not quite so ready for
A lot of it's on the paper right now.
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
I would say.
So, do you write individually and then just back each other up, or the collaboration?
She usually starts with the words, and I kind of help her flesh it out musically. is
Yeah, he
what-
helps me fine tune it. I'm definitely more so. I'm a poet, I think, first and foremost, and that definitely informs how I write songs. For me, it's like difficult to kind of hem things into like a structured song because, like I said, I'm not formally trained, and so I'm not really thinking in like meters or any of that stuff. And he's the one who kind of goes in and like cleans up the.
I hear it all in melodies, and then I hear the lyrics afterwards and go, "Oh, neat."
That's like a perfect collaboration.
Yeah,
it's working
I'd
out
say
all
so
right.
too.
It is. A couple times we've had people come in and they say, well, I just tell my band, this is the way you need to play it.
True story.
And I said, well, okay, if that's the way it has to be. But then it's many times, when people are sharing ideas, and I think the songs become enhanced as a result of
I agree.
each one's strengths and that sort of trust. And so that's very cool. So given that some ideas are starting to emerge, do we have plans to record at any time?
They're
Yes,
definitely coming up,
they're
and
in
we've got our guy
progress.
picked out too. He knows exactly who he is. I don't know if he's listening right now, but
If you are, you know who you are. And
like
we've got our location as
Three
well.
guys out there listening are thinking, yeah, it's me.
Well, all of a
our
sudden
Sugaree
the
sweepstakes.
the banjo has been passed over to Brendan on stage right.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna do a song that I relate to. This is about a guy that keeps wanting to have a drink, but he keeps running into problems. This is called "Trouble on My Mind." Trouble, trouble, trouble on my mind. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. Live a long time, boys, live a long time. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. I went back to Lynchburg to get a jug of wine. They hitched me to the whipping post. They gave me 99. Gave me 99, boys, gave me 99. Hitched me to the whipping post. They gave me 99. Shoo. I went back to Lynchburg to get a pint of gin. They hitched me to the whipping post. They gave me hell again. Gave me hell again, boys. Gave me hell again. Hitched me to the whipping post. They gave me hell again. stay. I fell in love with a woman there, I couldn't get away. Couldn't get away, boys, couldn't get away. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. Trouble, trouble, trouble on my mind. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. Live a long time, boys, live a long time. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. Thank you.
Hey, going back looking at the live stream, I mentioned Kathleen and Pat Kelleher from Ireland.
Yes,
We've
sir.
also got Gabriella LaFoley from England and Burn MC3 from Scotland.
Oh, wow. Hello.
I didn't know our
As soon
international
as we
crew was
get-
tuning in this evening.
As soon as we get someone commenting from Wales, I think we
The entire
win bingo.
United Kingdom.
Yes.
Well, warn us next time, Brandon, that you're going to play that song. We'll bring a hunk of plywood so Jody can clog.
Do some good flat footing over there.
Yeah.
I've had to do it on concrete before at certain venues. That, you know, I make it work, but the hips really kind of tell me what I've done the next day.
Your sound sounds like it has worked together for years, and you all have not been working together that long. How did your sound just work together, or how do you? It doesn't sound like you need to make it work. It just works.
It's always felt pretty natural.
It took us about a couple of weeks to get Shady Grove together, I think, and then after that, it all kind of fell into place. So I think that was really the big litmus test, was whether or not we could do Shady Grove.
Well, I think that, like Brendan, I've heard you play your instruments a lot. You're just a maestro with when you play.
Shucks.
He really is.
But I really have never heard you sing like you've sung tonight until you've been in the company of Jody. And
Same.
boy, she's brought out something in you that, like, I'm sitting here just getting goosebumps thinking about it. I've not heard that.
So
and I
good.
don't get to hear that very often, that really genuine high lonesome that you're doing. It's good.
So she found my heart, she did. And then she brought it back up to the surface.
all it took was a particularly good plate of noodles and a
It was,
banjo.
yeah. She
Good
made me a
job.
plate of noodles that brought me back to Dunkirk, and then I said, "Oh no, I've got to keep this one."
All right, so what's next?
What is next?
What is next? Do you want me to get my fiddle out?
Sure.
Do we wanna do the-
What about John Henry, maybe?
Yeah, and then.
I'm in a John Henry-ish tune.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we can do those other ones too.
Yes. We didn't really write a set list. We kind of had a vague idea of what we wanted to play, but
I like it better like this.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is. We like to call it as we go. So this is a version of John Henry that I heard through Jake Blount, who is a really wonderful fiddler. And
He's been here in the studio with us with Tatiana Hargraves.
really, I didn't
Yeah.
realize I was in the presence of. My goodness.
I'm in a sacred chair.
Yeah. In this chair. But no, we heard this through Jake Blount, and I liked it so much that we couldn't stop singing it around the house, so we figured we had to learn it up, and then we just kind of took it and ran with it. So it's a little different, but it's also kind of the same.
Hammer, hammer, kill John Henry, light him low, light him low. Hammer, hammer, kill John Henry, light him low. saw that hearse come rolling for to take John Henry away. Undertaker, Undertaker, won't you please drive slow for the man that you are carrying? Lord, we hate to see him go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? Is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky? This here hammer killed John Henry, laid him low, laid him low. This here hammer killed John Henry, laid him low, laid him low.
Everyone watching and listening is jealous of us who are live in the studio with you tonight. And so that they can not be jealous, where can people see you play live?
Our next show coming up is going to be at Imbibe on the 15th of this month. I believe it starts at 7. So
Next
that's
Thursday?
Yes, that is Thursday. So that's in Chapel Hill. It's like the downstairs of Zog's. Lovely place, full bar, really authentic.
Oh, yeah,
Cajun
it's a
food.
great
Have the
place.
fried oysters. Seriously, have the fried oysters.
Well, from the reaction to the stream, sounds like you better line up a UK tour, I think.
Yeah.
And it
I
seems
would
Good call.
love
seems there are
to.
some friends who are willing to help you.
Hop across that way.
I've always wanted to go. I've been to Spain, but that's all.
Well, I've never been to Spain.
Y'all see what I gotta put up with?
I was thinking the same thing, so good call. Good call.
We've actually done that.
And you all played you played a tribute show at the Cradle that looked like a heap of fun. What was that about?
Oh my god, that was such a blast. So
it was a tribute to the Last Waltz, is what it was, and so she got to be Emmy Lou.
I did. I got to be Emily Lou,
Jealous.
which is just like every girl's dream, at least where I grew up. It's like kind of. I've been jokingly describing it as the closest thing Carborough has to a nativity play. Really, like every year, we all get together and the who's who of Triangle musicians does the entire Last Waltz performance, front to end. And for some reason, they let us on that stage and asked us to do it. And oh my gosh, it was such a blast.
It really did look like a who's who. And it looked like y'all nailed it. It looked like so much fun. So Imbibe, that's where they can see you soon.
That's
Yes.
right.
All right. Well,
And
if
after that, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, we're sort of we're gonna be traveling for the holidays, and then
Okay.
it's another round of booking. And if you follow our social medias, we'll definitely be updating once we've got some stuff coming up.
well, if you're listening and if you know someone who books, book them, because this is a good show. And like I saw you play at Tom Stevens' studio,
Right,
where
yeah.
you all did, and you all really do put together a great show in the way you put together the work songs and the stories, and you vibe off of one another, but you also play together. So it's really a good show.
Oh yeah, it's totally compelling. Just you guys on stage, just the banter and the music, it all comes together. It's a wonderful show. I don't know if you've really worked hard at making it a wonderful show, if it just happens organically. But yay.
It depends on the night, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
some of them we plan it, some of it.
sometimes we don't.
Well,
And we'll leave you all to guess which ones are planned and which ones are not.
If you have to guess, I'd say we're doing all right.
can't wait to hear this fiddle.
Yeah, I've been playing this less than a year, so I'm so sorry.
Are we doing Angeline first? Or?
Sure.
Yeah, all right.
Grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine. Grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine. Grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine. Oh, that woman and said she's mine. We rock that cradle, Julie. We rock that cradle, Julie. We rock that cradle, Julie. Don't let that baby cry. We rock that cradle, Julie. We rock that cradle, Julie. We rock that cradle, Julie, and keep that baby warm. I'm gonna get a drink, don't you wanna go? I'm gonna get a drink, don't you wanna go? I'm gonna get a drink, don't you wanna go? Oh, that soldier's joy.
25 cents for the morphine, 15 cents for the beer. It's 25 cents for the morphine, gonna drink me away from here.
Well, I think the fiddle is working out just fine.
Good job.
That was it's just a ton of fun.
This whole evening has been a ton of fun, and we ain't done yet.
I really just want. I think we've got time for probably 2 more songs or
Or
2
maybe
and a
8,
shorty.
because you guys haven't sent a playlist
I mean, yeah,
to me yet.
and I
Did you intend to send? Which one of you was ignoring me and not sending the playlist?
Oh, yeah, I got my phone right here. It's ready, I promise.
okay.
Okay.
We got it.
I'm
Well,
still ready to lock the doors.
Kim's locking the doors. Y'all play another song.
We're doing this one at the request of our man Kim Fitz here.
Kim Fitz, the gingerbread man.
That's right. This is a song that we think captures the sentiment of a lot of folks from the mountains that ended up having to find jobs in cities. And I played this in a musical once sometime last year.
that was written by Steve Martin.
Yeah, that guy. May have heard of him.
When you get to Asheville, write me if you will. Tell me how you're doing, how it's treating you. Did you find a new job? Did you find a new love? Is it everything that you were dreaming of? Ooh, if it don't work out. Ooh, if it don't work out. Ooh, you can turn around and come on back to me. You can come on back to me. You can come on home to me. Everything's the same here. Without you, I'll be fighting tears. When you were over in the war, I fought 'em off before. I'll just stay on the lookout, and I'll listen for the sound of your old 44 Ford coming down the road. Ooh, if it don't work out. Ooh, if it don't work out. Ooh, you can turn around and come on back to me. You can come on back to me. You can come on home to me. When you get to Asheville, write me if you will. Let me know that you still think about me.
Good job, Steve Martin. Kirk says you should play another song.
Okay, do we want to do Rust Belt Refugee or do we want to do Cluck Old Hen?
I'm not in a tuning for either of them, so maybe we can.
Well, come on, it's a banjo.
But yeah, what can we do right quick? What's in G?
You're the banjo player, you tell me.
We could see how far Shady Grove has come along. Are you in tune for that?
Yeah,
Actually, as a matter of fact,
Call Kim, man.
we can
that's
do
a
that.
very good call, Kim. Thank you.
Nice save. You know our set better than we do.
I may have been watching.
All right.
Shady Grove, my love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Lips as red as the blooming rose, eyes the prettiest brown. You are the darling of my heart, stay till the sun goes down. I dreamed I had a banjo that was strung with golden twine. With every song I'd play on it, I'd wish that man was mine. Shady Grove, my love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Peaches in the summertime, apples in the fall. If I can't have the one I love, I'll have none at all. Shady Grove, my love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Fly around my pretty little miss, fly around my daisy, fly around my pretty little miss, enough to drive me crazy. Shady Grove, my love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away.
Woo! Sugaree String Society. Brendan Macy, Jody Jones. Go check them out at Imbibe on Thursday.
And just to complete our geographic call out, we got the British Isles mostly covered, and and Charlotte Vetter says Siler City is listening.
Aw.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
We're glad to hear from you.
And y'all, that brings us to the end of this fantastic hour of Sugaree String Society.
Sugaree String.
No more bourbon for Bob.
Sugaree String Society live here in the studio, and we're going to hear just a little bit of David Wilcox while we get this whole playlist thing figured out, so that we can hear what's on Sugaree String Society's playlist, what it is that turns them on, what kind of music they're listening to, and what music they think you should be listening to. David Wilcox, y'all.
Rest in peace. Life done well. Epic trip. Tales to tell. Echo voice. Canyon wide. Spoken from the other side. cascade, swirling clouds, misty spray, beating heart, river wild, current strong, restless child. Shake your soul awake. The risk you had to take to live. Storms will roll, rain pours down, waters rise, flood this town.